So today I would like to talk about my 8-day stay at the Wat Patamwa monastery in the Mae Hang Son province, northern Thailand. The monastery is located about 70-80 kilometers from Pai. So the easiest way to get there is book a minivan, the minivan that goes to Mae Hang Son, and just tell the driver you want to go to Wat Patamwa, and he'll know where it is. So on the highway, he'll stop, tell you to get off, and he'll point you to a dirt road. If you follow that dirt road, you'll for about 1 kilometer, you'll get to the gate of the monastery. When you enter the monastery for the first time, you just follow the signs information. They'll guide you to a desk in the Dhamma slash dining hall, where Mr. Pong or one of his colleagues will be sitting. They'll give you the check-in book. You can write down your name, details. You'll have to give your passport and tell them how long you're planning on staying. After this, they will give you some white clothes and point you to your sleeping quarters. You can either end up in your personal private kuti, or you'll have to share a room in the dorm rooms with other people. I must say the amenities are very well. You have showers and toilets scattered all over the place. If you're in the dorm or in the private huts, you'll have private showers and toilets. So that's really good and a big difference with some of the other monasteries I've been to. One of the differences with this monastery as well, though, is that it's not silent. So you do have the option of being silent by just pinning on a badge on your t-shirt, and this will let people know that you don't want to talk to them. But it's still fairly annoying when you want to be silent and there are other people talking right next to you. That was definitely an issue for me. One of the things you notice straight away when you're walking around the monastery ground is how beautifully it is located. Everywhere you look, you have mountains with beautiful green, lush vegetation surrounding the whole place. There is a little nice river dividing the place. It has several drop downs, so where you have small waterfalls. It's just I spend a lot of time just sitting next to the river or walking and looking around the place, looking at the mountains, looking at the beautiful trees. It's extremely stunning. It's probably one of the most beautiful monasteries in Thailand. They also have several caves. The caves are are behind the kutis where the monks live, and they call it the Buddha cave. And it's not a extremely stunning cave or anything, but it's just a very calming, cool energy around, and especially in the cave. So I went in there a couple times just to be alone and meditate. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of an idea of a regular day in the monastery. So you're supposed to wake up at 5 o'clock to do morning meditation by yourself in your room. I'm gonna be honest, I almost never done this. I just used the time to catch a little bit more sleep. And I have noticed, especially when I was sleeping in the dorm room, that nobody else was waking up to meditate. Everybody just kept sleeping. Like the abbot even jokes about it in the evening, saying like, "Oh yeah, tomorrow morning we'll do some sleeping meditation." So the first event that they really want you to join in on is the rice offering at 6:30. So what basically happens is you take a bowl of rice, you go sit on your knees. Everyone is sort of sitting in a circle kind of thing. Around 6:30, the monks they come out of their quarters. I bet they've been meditating for that long, and they come in. They have their own bowl, and they walk past you. They stop. You're supposed to like kneel and put a spoon of rice into their bowl without making any sound or being disrespectful or without touching the bowl, like If you touch the bowl, it means bad karma for the monk. So you're safe, but the monk is fucked. um, After this, you'll get blessed by the monks and the abbot. He walks around again and says good morning to everyone. He's a very very lovely man. Um, After this, you get breakfast yourself, so you can go stand in a queue and scoop out your own breakfast, which is always rice with some sort of vegetables, some weird looking soup. Whereas it all looks a bit weird, maybe it most of it tastes very good. It's very good food. It's all vegetarian. After breakfast, you have a little bit of spare time. Maybe, depending on how fast you eat, you get maybe like 40, 50 minutes off. After which they expect you to come back to the Dhamma hall to listen to a Dhamma talk from one of the monks. It's usually like that. There is a monk that speaks better Thai that is doing it in Thai first, and then one of the younger monks sitting beside him will translate it to English. In one of those Dhamma talks, they talk about um, how to meditate, how to do the first step of the Vipassana meditation. They also talk about Samadhi meditation. After listening to these talks, which usually go on for about 30, 40 minutes maybe, you go out the Dhamma hall and you go to walking meditation. This happens in the morning around the beautiful pond. There's this beautiful pond with a fountain in the middle, where you just have to walk around, just following the monks. The walking meditation is mostly about being mindful, about your breath, about your surroundings, about yourself. You just have to keep or try to keep the same distance with the person in front of you. Basically, if you can't do that, you're not really being mindful, or you don't really understand what's going on. After the walking meditation, you go back to the Dhamma hall to have sitting meditation. So this is together with a few monks, and maybe goes on for another 30, 40 minutes, almost until 10, 15, I think. Um, After that, there is food offering to the monks again. It is similar to the rice offering, but in this case, the monks are really sitting all next to each other with their bowl in front of them. And the idea is that all the people, they have to go sit on their knees in front of it. Only the men are allowed to do it. The women have to sit behind the men for some reason. So what happens then is all the pots and the pans and all the food is sitting on the left side, and it just gets handed from one person to the other person, and every person offers it to the monk in front of him. The monk takes whatever food he wants and gives it back to the person. That person gives it to the next person, which offers it to the next monk, and so on, so on, so on, until the pots eventually make it to the other side, which is very close to the dining hall, and then the last person has to go put it on the table for the people afterwards. Because after this, and after listening to the abbot, who loves to talk and loves to make the same jokes, you get food for yourself, which is around 11 o'clock, depending on how long the abbot keeps talking. After lunch, the schedule is pretty much the same as the morning. So you have the same routine of the Dhamma talk and walking, sitting meditation. This goes on for about 2 hours, 2 hours and a half or something. After which you have free time, although they sort of expect you to clean the monastery during that time. You don't have to, like, you can just decide for yourself what you want to do. But there are always jobs to be done, like doing dishes, cleaning the walkways outside, or yeah, various things like that, cleaning the toilets, stuff like that. The next part of the schedule and the final part of the day is the chanting. So at 6 p.m. they expect you back at the Dhamma hall to do chanting together with the monks. These are Pali slash Thai texts that you will chant together with the monks. This goes on for about a full hour, I'm pretty sure. After that, you have another hour of sitting meditation together with the monks. At 8 o'clock, the abbot has his final talk, which is mostly in Thai, really. Um, After that, he sends you off back to your sleeping quarters to do another hour and a half of meditation. They expect you to go to bed between 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So what I've just described is how it normally is in this monastery, and this is also how it was for me during my stay in the first couple days. Now, coincidentally, when I was there, they were preparing for this very big ceremony, which is a 1 year ceremony. Although this year in this monastery it was happening together with a few other ceremonies that only happens like once in a lifetime, maybe. So the ceremony is called the Kutin ceremony, and this is when the monks get their new clothes, so the orange robes that they always wear, that's when they get new ones once a year. That's a tradition anyway. Don't think that's really still true in this year, but that is the century-old tradition. It also goes together with the end of the rain season. Um, so the other two ceremonies that they had was about the start of the build of a new Dhamma hall. This Dhamma hall was going to be used for new monks, so the novice monks. Apparently, they don't have enough space for them these days or something. That's what I understood of it anyway. Together with that, they were going to pour a new Buddha, so a big Buddha, two of them actually, from gold. So you actually saw them melt gold. It took them days really to get it all up and running, and they poured it into this form of Buddha. After which it disappeared real quickly, so I'm also not 100% sure where it went. Afterwards, I heard that they had to send it off to Bangkok to, I don't know, do final work on it or something. I'm not 100% sure. But this ceremony thing, they were preparing for it. Well, obviously, since I arrived, they were already preparing for it. But in the final days before it happened, that was really all that was going on there. So they also asked people to help. You didn't have to, but you could help. So I helped out a little bit, but I obviously came more to this monastery to meditate and not to engage in physical work. The day of the ceremony was quite special. So there were hundreds and hundreds, possibly thousands of Thai people coming there. Some of them even spent 1 or 2 nights before just to be there. Um, I must say I didn't understand much of what was going on because it was obviously all in Thai and I don't speak Thai. But it was still kind of magical to be a part of it. Like the chanting of the monks, which lasted for a long time, was very special. They also had this tradition, really Buddhist tradition, where all over the premises, especially in the big tents where people were sitting, they had white ropes hanging down from the ceiling, and at some point all these ropes, they were connected to each other, leading back to one rope which ended with the abbot. So the idea is to all be connected at the same time and to share loving kindness uh, towards each other and for each other, and yeah, really be one family. I just noticed that I've been talking for 15 minutes straight now, so I'm going to wrap it up here. As a conclusion, I just wanted to say that this monastery is a very beautiful place. I would definitely recommend it to people that are beginning to learn about meditation or haven't even tried it once before. Don't go to this monastery though if you really want a completely silent time, because that is not the place for it. The monks, they are very dedicated in teaching you meditation and vipassana and mindfulness. Um, However, I feel because it is not a set retreat, they tend to repeat themselves every 3 or so days. Um, so if you then want to stay for 10 days, you're going to hear the same thing over and over again, which I guess could be a good thing as well. You know, maybe you hear something else every day. Anyway, I stayed for 8 days. I liked it. I would possibly do it again. But for now, I am looking for a more silent retreat. Thank you for listening, and please, if you like this movie, share it, push the like button, and support my channel. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.